Gene Williams. In my old neighborhood, they call it offensive dad. I kept shooting a lot. Claim I didn't have no defense. But I had defense as well. Well, it started in 170th Street to Brook Avenue. We had 4 blocks of athletes of all kinds. Speaking about Jake LaMotta and Sugar Ray Robinson came there, you know what happened. They went over to the gym and they just trained together. What enthused me was Taft High School turned pro. I mentioned Forrest Allen just a moment ago, because he was my age. We was juniors under Stacy, he was a senior. Stacy was drafted into the St. Louis Hawks. As it went along, and as I grew, as we were there growing from one sport to the other, moved up across the street from Mars High School, Home Street. We lived on the corner. When I say we, Valerie sister, 1138 and I live 1142. Right there facing Mars High School. And her boyfriend was Miles' daughter. And me and Miles were playing ball one day up in that top schoolyard of Mars High School. One-on-one, we was bumping and chucking, switching and dealing. And Miles said, wait a minute, try the basket down there, this one's a little bent. We went to the other side of the playground, I mean the court, and started shooting around. And I still got to Miles. Miles just couldn't understand what's happening now. And Miles left. The other guys walked in after I beat them for both courts, winning both games. I'm still playing around with some new guys come on the court. Miles went down, started talking to Rowdy's sister on the stoop. You know, Rowdy lived next door to me, 1138, and I lived 1140. And he's starting to, while I'm playing these guys, he's looking up at me with Rowdy's sister. We playing basketball with him. And like I mentioned earlier, I might have mentioned, I moved out the neighborhood. And he didn't get a chance to get me back, and I was gone. And that's when it started, that neighborhood. I decided to wake up one day, I said, let me find a basketball court around here. I walked up the block, and John Moody, I've become known saying his name, we met in the Catholic school playground. We shooting one-on-one, he's short. And he said, man, you sure can shoot, man. Well, that's John Moody talking to me. And the next day or so, I decided to take a walk across the avenue, Barnes Avenue, into that park. I said, I know it's the playground in here because there's PS 21. And so happened it was, I walked from that playground, had that sort of pride toe walk, bounce walk. That's what we walk. We bounce. We got that hip basketball walk. And as I walked in like that, Arnold Moody came to know his name. He's looking at me as I walk with the parky sitting, who he was talking to, his legs stretched out in his green uniform. And I'm walking the close I got, and I walked and I spoke to Arnold, and Arnold said, yeah. I said, Arnold, yes. He said, you live in the neighborhood? I said, yeah, 222nd Street. And Rucker, I didn't know his name right until he mentioned, introduced us, looked up at me, both of us, we was talking. And then we took it from there as we kept walking into the park. And that's when we met him. I met him with Arnold Moody. And we became friends there so quick because we tuned in the type of skills we had with that basketball in that full court. And that's when it kicked off. And that's when it started. Did we start? Music was playing. Young ladies was looking. Today, in fact, hits came out. My Girl and Asuka Party with Eddie Palmieri. They were playing and we was chucking, switching and dishing. And Rucker got enthused the way we played ball. I'm talking about this is 1959. And right there in the park where he worked, as to watching and us so much so happy Happy is a well-known game. Wherever he is, may he rest it. I hope he's still living. Known Happy. He would coach us in those schoolyards, you know, school, they have tournaments. And Happy would coach us in those games, the playgrounds. So that's a little bit of the beginning of the story, which is a long story. Got a lot more to talk. At this moment, my other two colleagues, not colleagues, my family, brothers, and friends that play ball, we're going to start the story out, the whole complete story of the tournaments we had in the Rucker, and how much Rucker enthused us, and how much we enthused him, man. How much he looked at us a lot. And I don't like to say this because I was the wrong guy. Talking to his daughter one day, I promised to take her to see Rosemary's Baby, the movie, Mary Fowler. I'm flirting with him because he lived up the block from me. I live 869, and Rucker lived 860, 869, 868. The address, trying to get the figures. Anyway, a block going east from where I lived on Bronx Avenue, on the other side. And her and I were flirting around at the corner, Rucker's daughter. I might have told the story before, but tell it again. And I just promised her to see that Rosemary Baby movie. Frank Sinatra's wife's daughter. And I didn't make it. She was mad with me for years, man. Right. So that's the first part of this, when Rucker started here, when Rucker began here. He had other stories, but he lived in my neighborhood, right? So who knows better than me and Arnold Moody, John Moody, Ralph Topman, Donald Cameron, Melvin Grant, which the story will be told later, the next shooting. He first sky hooker. He was dribbling the ball up past the foul line, and he was only 6'2", but his arm was so long, he was at least 7 feet tall. Oh, nearly 7 feet, because he had long arms. He's only 6 feet tall, but his arms are long. And he had leaped, and he had that four-way vision. And he leaped like he could leap beyond that foul line, with that four-way vision, looking over his shoulder to the left, throwing that right hand into that sky hook. God damn, I said, yeah, that's the right name, G. Arnold Moody, Donald Cameron, Ralph Topman, Steve Humphrey, Melvin Grant, which I just told you about. And man, we were rocking and rolling, man. Business executives that had homes there, they'd catch the subway station and leave their cars parked when they come up to their stop on 225th Street, and they'd walk. And we be switching the dishes, and the ladies be listening to our Super Pop Tea, Eddie Palmieri, and My Girl, and boy, and they were late for dinner, watching us. I'm a second. But Lou Alcindor came there Lorraine Day, and Lorraine Day introduced us to Lou Alcindor. Lou would play with us. It wasn't about no sky hook when he was playing with us. Melvin Grant was the sky hook. Only 6'1", and his arms was long, like he's nearly 7 feet tall. So he'd leap, he'd be right-handed to the left side beyond the foul line. And he'd leap in the corner of his four-way vision with the rim, he'd be hooking. And that's all he did all day, all night. Let's play ball, y'all. Pretty much families had children who was pretty much active in sports and entertainment world, you know.
Gene Williams, boxing trainer, you know, history on New York City and the Bronx. Yeah. How old are you, Gene?
I'm now 85.
85?
Yeah.
All right.
85.
All right.
That number is just a number.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta keep yourself in shape, man.
What?
People gotta keep themselves right food.
That's it.
Keep a clean shave, clean mind. Well, it was a clean shave, clean mind. how to eat to live.
Yes.
And as one day I was up there, unfortunately one person passed at one of the funerals was over, and some people came out. One of the people I didn't know him, he said, y'all know something, man? Rucker started around that corner, right around that corner. This was at 226th Street and White Plains Road. And I said, I know, I was one of them. I said, I know it, I was one of them. I left Miles down there with Valerie Simpson sitting on the stoop. He didn't get a chance to get me back. Well, I done moved uptown. And had he got me back, he would have got me. Miles was the person he ended up to play with. Well, he knew, we called it the pill at the time. But all my activities as one activity come from that string of activities and pros and anybody around. Brook Avenue, Claremont Park, and 168th Street. We had all of them. We start from that corner of St. Paul's with Bob Stacy going to St. Louis Halls. Naming it, the boxing field, Jake LaMotta, the boxer, 169th Street. Boobie Robinson, he went to Giants. He went to the Giants, lived on St. Paul. All this is Brook Avenue. And that neighborhood of 4 blocks was busy. Getting back to Jake LaMotta named a boxing gym Park Arena after the neighborhood. He lived over Ross's grocery store, Jake LaMotta family, in the boxing. And Sugar Ray Robinson came up there and opened up a lounge because they were yet good friends. Nobody. And Jake LaMotta lived there at that corner, where it's over Ross grocery store. And they became friends with Sugar Ray. Oh, they beat up each other with them. Sugar Ray Robinson came in there and opened up a bar across the street from Jake LaMotta's Park Arena, the boxing gym. They beat up each other, yet they come back and be friends and businessmen. That was all close to 4.5 blocks long, called Brook Avenue. I don't think no city can top that avenue's